Already we are using automatic and implicit migrations in all our 7 examples what we have done till now. Did you understand me? How many we have created till now? 7 examples. In all the 7 examples, what we used is automatic migrations, and that too implicit. What is it? First time you run the project, based on the initializer, it is going to create all the database and tables for you now. Got it or not? So that is automatic migration. Drawback of this automatic implicit migration is tomorrow model changes cannot be reflected into the application. Model changes cannot be reflected in the application. Why, sir? I already practically shown you that in the day one only. After the table is created, if I add a new property in my class and the matching field won't be created on the table now. Yes or not? If you want to create the matching field, you need to drop and recreate the database. And now there's a data loss. If I do this, data loss. Development time, okay, fine. I'll test data. But how do you handle this in the production time? Remember, already application is hosted on the client system. The client is using this application from past 1 year. Millions of records are inserted into the tables now. And now the client is asking for some enhancements. And your enhancement had added few new properties in the class. So few new properties added means these columns should be created in the table now, added to the table now. If I want to add the column to the table, what should I do? Drop and create the database. If I drop and create the database, the 1 year data is lost. Data loss. This is the danger. If the data is lost like this, you know what will happen? The company will sue you here. The other company, suppose is a bank now, and without a proper knowledge, you have done this and you updated of now, and the bank lost all the data in the tables now. The company can sue the development company for millions of dollars. Data is very precious, man. Money lost, you can earn in some way, but data lost, you can't get back. That's why I said you in the C# classes, remember? In our industry, data is king. Data is the king. If you lose data, that is danger. I cannot lose the data because it is very, very precious information and that cannot be lost at any point of time. So how do we manage this tomorrow going forward in the real time now? So I want model changes to be reflecting in my application and I don't want data loss. Got my point? I want the model changes to be reflecting and I don't want data loss. For that, we use automatic migrations manual. Explicit automatic migration, explicit or code-based migration. Or code-based. Two options are automated migrations, code-based migrations. In automated, we have 2 options again. What is it? Implicit, explicit. Till now, what we are using is implicit. In this, model changes won't reflect in the database. Model changes won't reflect in the database. I want the model changes to be reflected in the database. Then use automated, explicit or code-based. Code-based is more control, guys. Code-based migration has more control. That is why in .NET Core again, the remote of automatic migrations, what we have is only code-based migration, because code-based migration has more control on the code than when compared with the automated migrations. But in EF6, we have both. Automatic is also there, code-based is also there. But when you go to EF Core, we have only code-based migrations. Am I clear, all of you? Okay. Well, now let me show you. I don't require to show you automatic implicit now. You already know that. Every day we are using. Let us start with automatic, explicit. I'll give you an idea and then I will tell you about code-based migration and where you have a complete control on the application. See, anything you do, you will have more control on the application here. That is the advantage. Code-based will give you that particular advantage only. Okay, now, how to do that, I'll show you. Let me create a fresh project. we will name it as 7 projects created now. We'll name it as 8. Yeah. First, in this, let us do all the steps now. Install the NT framework, browse. Now, let's come to the models. And I want to define a model class with the name as student. So my model is student. Nothing to do, just 2 simple attributes. Student ID, name. I did not use any annotations here. So the column will be student ID and name, and student ID is the ID column and also auto generation. Auto generation, if I don't use anything, default auto generation will come now. Next, let us define the context class. Forget and give a name. Let's name it as school DB context. System dot data dot entity. DB context. Public school DB context colon base of constr. Okay. I'm not using an initializer. Just a minute. Public. What is it? DB set student. I'm not using an initializer. If you don't use any initializer, the default initializer will be create database if not exist. Create database if not exists. Okay. Well, is ready. And then the next step is add one controller. Oh, connection string. Let's go to the connection string. Connection strings, add name equal to constr, provider name is equals to system dot data dot SQL client, and connection string is equals to user ID SC, password 123, database school DB data source server. Be careful with your config files and your attributes. Okay, just be careful when you're writing that. Extra spaces and all the things will cause you a lot of problems. Be careful. Okay, fine. So, yeah, done with the connection string. What next? Controller. Let's name it as school controller. Dot models school DB context, and want to insert a record into the table. Not much records also, guys, just one record in the table, nothing more. ID is auto generation. ID is auto generation. So I'm just inserting a record. That's it. Okay. And right now, remember this point. What is it? We did not set up any initializer. We did not set any initializer. If you don't set an initializer, the default initializer is create database if not exists. So let's go to SQL server. Let us confirm there is no school DB there. Yeah, we have here. Error will come. So let me delete off all these databases, man. Unnecessary databases. What testings are completed, we'll delete off them. Store DB. Still family DB. Yeah, no extra databases here. Okay. Well, now let me add a view. Right click, add view. I'm not showing any data. Just run this here. That's all. Run this. So database will be created, table will be created, record will be inserted.
Out of time.
Okay. Come here. School DB. Earlier we did not refresh this. I think that's a company data did not show earlier. Okay. School DB. Tables. One table, students. Now we'll check on this also. Migration history. We'll talk on that. Yeah, student table is there, guys. Apart from that, I have a table called as the migration history table. School DB. Select star from. Yeah, just hold on. Ignore the migration table. Just look, student table has one record. Your student table has one record inserted. Now my requirement is I want to make some changes. I want to make some changes to my model class. What do you want to change? I want to add a class field now. I want to add a class field. So let me come to the model class student and I want to just add a field like public, int student class. I want to do this. Are you clear? I want to do this public int student class and let me make it as nullable for the time being. Nullable for the time being. And now it has to create me a column called a student class. And remember, last class I already shown you. Last class, the day before yesterday, I already shown you. After doing this, if at all I try to run my view, I get error. What error? The table backing the model is not going to have the same column or not. They are not matching now. Let's read the error in detail. The model backing the school DB context class has changed since the database was created. Ignore it. Ignore it. Up to there enough. She's telling you it was changed. Since the database was created, this was changed. That's why I'm not able to update this changes. Means it's not going to bring both of them sync together. It's not able to sync them now. It is not able to sync them because the properties here and columns here are mismatching. So it was not able to sync. And if at all you're not able to sync now, what you should do now? Okay, this is the place where migrations comes into picture. Guys. Add view to index action method, run the project which will create SchoolDB database under SQL Server. And the student table we created with 2 columns and also one record is inserted in the table. Yeah, we inserted one record in the table now. Yes or not? We inserted one record in the table. Now, if we make any changes to the model class, like adding new attributes or modifying existing attributes and run the project, we get an error because by default, the database initialization strategy is create database if not exist. And if we try to change the database initialization strategy to or drop create database always, we will be losing the existing data in the table. And to overcome this problem, let's use migrations. To overcome this problem, let us use migration. What migration? I said you, 2 types of migrations. Let us first start with automatic migrations. Let us start with the automatic migrations. How to do this automatic migration? If at all you want to use automatic migration, or automatic migration is already available, but implicit. What we want is explicit. We need to enable this actually first. We need to enable this. How to enable? We need to enable it by running some NuGet commands. You need to enable it by running some NuGet commands. What is it? Running NuGet commands? Just a second. Actually, you want to install anything. How are you installing till now? Tools, NuGet pack. From there you are installing now. You can install in another way also, guys. I now showed you. We can install it like this also. Tools. This is manual command line. It will get you in the bottom, and the bottom you can just use this and you can install. You can install from here. See, by default it is given you type get-help NuGet to see all available NuGet commands. Just let us type it here, get-help NuGet. When you hit the enter, it will show you the NuGet commands. You can install a package by using this command also. Install package, and you can install whatever you want. Entity framework. It will install your entity framework now. Same way. Uninstall. So these are basically some NuGet commands what we just have. These are some of the NuGet commands what we have. Actually, we can try like this also. I think get-help. Information of this package, name, install package, synopsis, install say package. What are the syntax? install package, and it provides you some attributes information. And in the bottom, it will give you the description for that, everything. You can try different things, install package. Say, these are some examples here. Full package, online. You can just ask for different options here. Okay, I'll show you. Next time, NT framework will install from here. In the next project, we'll install NT framework from here only directly without opening the NuGet package manager. From console window will do it. Okay, now. So here we are provided with some NuGet commands, and you can use this NuGet commands and you can enable the migration. So first I'm showing you automatic migrations, that is explicit. Implicit, nothing to test. What do you want to do? Explicit. So how to do it? There is a command for this, guys. What is the command? Enable hyphen migrations. Enable hyphen migrations minus or hyphen enable automatic migration. I think enable automatic migration $$. This is the command, guys. Enable hyphen migrations space hyphen enable automatic migrations $$true. This is the command. Run this. When you run this command, it will enable you automatic migrations in the code. First, it will check you. Checking if the context targets an existing database. Yeah, we are targeting an existing database. Okay, fine. Next. Okay. So when you do this, guys, if you go here, it will add you one folder called as migrations. In this, you find a file called as configuration file. A file called as configuration file. Configuration means open that, you'll find a class called as configuration class. And under that, you see the first line. And the context key is this one. What is this, sir? This is linking with the existing already created database. It is creating a link now. And basically, this is called as an initial create. The first migration is called as an initial create migration. What is the initial create? First create. What do we call it? Initial create. See, it is showing the name here. And what is this? A timestamp. What is the timestamp? The year, the month, the day, array, the time, all these things. See, 2024. Year 02, 17, and this is a time value. It's a timestamp. It's a time value. What is it taking? And all these things are put up, and it was creating you one ID. It is creating you an ID and stored here. What is the use of the table? You will understand now. See, it is based on this. It has designed that, and here it has provided you the seed method. So now seeding can be done here also. Seeding can be done here also. Earlier I shown you a different process that is implicit now. I used implicit now. Now if you want to use explicit, seeding can be done here. See, this method will be called after migrating to the latest version. You can use the db setup t add or update helper extension method to avoid creating duplicate seed data. What is it? Guys, this method will run every time after migration. After migration. Every time if you run, problem is there now. What problem? Duplication. That is what it is telling you. Without calling add method, call add or update method. Call add or update method. What are you doing? dc dot employees dot add. Correct? Don't call. dc dot employees dot add or update. If it is already available, it will update. Not available, inserts. That is what. Okay. So this is a seed method. Here also seeding can be done. Like this, it defines you a class, guys. What is the name of the class? Configuration. And this particular configuration class is going to be coming into picture automatically. Okay. What I should do now? See, listen. Come to your context, guys. This is your context class. Did we use any migration? Sorry. Any initializer? How many initializers are there? No, guys, four are there. Sir, you said three only. Yes, I did not tell you the fourth one. The fourth one is related with our migration. That's why I did not tell you. What is it? Migrate database to latest version. The fourth initializer is migrate database to latest version. First one, create database if not exist. Second one, drop create database always. Third one, drop create database if model changes. Correct now? Fourth one, migrate database to latest version. So see now what I'm doing. Database dot set initializer new. This takes two arguments now. This takes two things. One, the name of your context class. The name of your context class. What is the name? We know up to here. We know up to here, comma. The new one is configuration class. What is generated by the entity framework? We run a command now that generated a class. What is the class name? Config. This also should be used now. But this is present in the namespace here. Which namespace? Then we should import it then. Actually, error coming, see. Why namespace issue? Using dot configuration. Are you clear? So this is what you just required to do. What is it? Migrate database to latest version. It takes two parameters. First one is a context class. Second one is a configuration. The configuration file, the information is present. What is it? Automatic migrations are enabled, and the context key is this one. And right now there is no data here. There is no data in this particular place. So did you understand what are the changes I've done? Okay, just a minute. Read them carefully. Automatic migration. We use automatic migration. We need to enable migrations in our project, and to do that, go to Package Manager console window from Tools menu. You get Package Manager console, and run the below command there. Enable migration, enable automatic migration true. The above command will add a migrations folder shown in the project, and under the folder configuration.cs, under the folder we find the file configuration which contains a class configuration with the below coordinate. What is the code? Already shown you. This is the code now. Mainly, look at this. Automatic migration enabled context key, and something was present. Now go to our and write the below statement in the constructor by importing. What is the code I've written? See, database.set initializer new migrate database to latest version. I did not talk about this earlier because why I did not talk about this earlier? Because we can use this only in the explicit migrationing only. We cannot use that in the implicit. In implicit, we have three options only. What is that? Drop create database always. Drop create database if model changes. Create database if not exist. I cannot use. Now the fourth option is available. That is migrate database to. But this takes two parameters. First parameter is the same context. Second parameter is the configuration class. The second one is the configuration class. Read this. Just a minute. Just a minute. Let me copy this. Yeah. Read this paragraph, all of you. Everything set ready, guys. That's all. Nothing to do. Run the command. Go to constructor, and the constructor use the initializer. That's it. But bind the configuration class. Everything is set ready. Come on. Earlier, when you ran this view, we got an error. Why? Student class, and right now student class is not in the table. Watch. Okay, now Come on, let me run the view again, guys. Okay. See now, no error. And go to your database, run this. You got it. Student class. You got the student class, see now. And another record inserted. Yeah. Because the view contains an insert that inserted the record. And initially, why I given null, it is not null, error comes. In SQL Server, your teacher have taught you now when you add a column, if the table contains records in it, compulsory that column should be a nullable column. Otherwise, error comes. Understood or not? Okay, see now, there is another entry in the migration history table. What is that? Automatic migration, some entry has been created and that you are just going to store the timestamp when this was added. When this was added, like this here, whenever you make modification, it will add you entries here telling you that is a migration history. The history of the changes now. Whenever migrations are done, it is going to add you an entry into it. That's called as migration history. We need that information in code-based migrations, but not in automated migrations. I'll tell you what you can do. Well, now, guys, now see, the new column came now. Suppose I want to delete a column. I want to delete it. I want this column now. Array, if I add it, should I add? If I delete, should delete now. Come on, let's see. Error coming, guys. What's this error, all of you? Did you understand? Column added here, not a problem. Column deleted, data loss. So it's warning you. Array, this will cause you data loss. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for a data loss? You should tell that. You should tell that. If you are ready for the data loss, go to the configuration file, configuration, and there said that what? Automatic migration data loss allowed is equals to true. Just like automatic migrations enabled is equals to true, you're required to set this now. What is it? Automatic migration data loss allowed. See, everything it is telling you here, it is not blindly doing it up now. There's a danger, be careful. Are you ready for this? If you're ready, I will do for you. I will delete off that particular column. Not the table here, only column only the problem. So to fix this, what you will do now, go to configuration. And here you should write what? Automatic migration. Data loss allowed is equals to true. When I do this, come here, run. Now I should not give the error. The column should be deleted off now. Connection issues won't come. Why? We are not dropping the database. Nah. We are only making changes to the table. That's all. Let the connections keep open. Nothing issues. A connection issue will come well when you try to drop it. I'm not dropping anything. I was only altering it. See now? No error. Come back. One more entry. Every time the changes will record in the table now. Every time the changes will record in the table. And look now, your column is not there. Got it or not? Your column is not there inside of it. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah, read the next point. That exception is present in system dot data dot entity dot migrations dot infrastructure namespace. The class name is automatic data loss exception. And this is because we may lose data in corresponding column of the table. To handle this kind of scenario, we have to set automatic migration data loss allowed is equals to true in the configuration class constructor. Now onwards here, do your changes, whatever you want you do. Add columns, you delete columns, you add new classes, you delete classes, everything will work. Got it or not? Everything will work. Now also used automatic only, but explicit. Two things additionally I need to do that, sir. What are the two things? One, I need to open the package manager console and run a command. It will define me one class. What is the name? Configuration. Now go to context. In the context, in the constructor, set the new initializer. What is the new initializer? Migrate database to latest version. And pass your context class. And second thing, pass the configuration class. Come on, you can start doing your changes. But adding new columns, not an error. Deleting or modifying also. Sometimes modifying also will cause error. What is this? This column contains varchar data and you are changing to int now. Now also data loss is there. Yes or not? The column is varchar here. Now you are changing the columns data to integer. And when you change to integer, data loss will be there now. So that's why adding of new columns is not a problem, but deleting of existing columns, modifying of existing columns, there'll be a data loss. It will ask you, give the permission for that first. So how to do that? Go to the configuration and write down automatic data loss allowed is equals to true. Enough. It will start doing it now. Okay, nothing more than that. So guys, you understood how to handle the production environment now? Yes or not? But still, you want to take more control on this. If you want to take more control on this, then use the second type of migration. What is it? Code-based migration, not an automatic. What is it? Code-based migration. You can take more control on this than the automatic migration. If at all you want more control, it is code-based migration. Okay, how to do this, sir? How to use code-based migration? Any doubts with automatic? Understood the concept? Yeah. Guys, I'm creating a new project. Now we'll install NT framework using package manager console. See, are you clear? What is the command? TR, installing a package. Sadhana, install hyphen package. Install hyphen package. That is the command. Okay, watch. Okay. So what you'll do, open the package manager console. You have any doubt again, use the command get hyphen help new get. What is the name? Install hyphen package. What do you want to install? Entity framework. Install the package entity framework. Hit enter. Check it out. It installed your entity framework in your machine. Go to your solution explorer, expand the references, check. If you know command, this is simple. Yeah, no need to go again. Selected all the nonsense. Direct type of install hyphen package, entity framework install. It is much simple. Got it? Fine. Now, again, let's understand code-based migration. Okay, if you want to understand, first you need to define all the domain classes and everything first. You have to follow the process. Model. I think I used a student only here also. Student on. Guys, observe. These are the attributes for my student now. What is it? ID, name, class, section. And section can be A, B, C, D. So that's why I'm using varchar max length 1. Are A section, B section, 1 character only, na? Okay. Sir, we can use char na. Char doesn't have binding. I already shown you. Char doesn't have binding. Char, yes, byte, object doesn't have binding. That is why what I use is varchar of 1. Okay. This is my model class now. Okay. Second, context. School DB context. DB context. Public school DB context colon no, don't use any initializer. Initially, don't use any initializer at all. Okay, like DB set students. Okay, then connection string. I'll copy paste it. Okay, next controller. That will install latest version only. It will install the latest version. No worries about it. School. And do the same. What is it? Insert some records into it. Create the context class instance and try inserting some records into your table. Nothing, man. I inserted 3 records. IDs auto generation, name class section. Name class and section inserted. Okay. Also, again, what do you do? I'm not using any scaffolding or any of these things. Okay, let us run it. Oh, stop. Drop the database first. School DB, delete, close connections. Once again. Now also we did not use any migrations, man. It is automatic implicit migration, that's all. It is a automatic implicit migration that is been enabled. Table created, 4 columns added, 3 records inserted, all same like our previous. Okay, actually this is only important for us, I said you. Why? When I go to .NET Core again, I don't have automatic. What I have is only code based. There is no automatic migrations. Only code based migrations are available. Fine. Now let's go to database. Refresh. Yes, school DB. And also migration history, all there. Right now, one record, one entry, and the table created with 4 columns and the records inserted into us. All clear till now? Okay. So what is our requirement now? How to make changes. How to make changes. Again, if I try to add a new property and run, error comes. If I try to add a new property and run, error comes. See, add a view to index action method and run the project, which will create school DB database on SQL Server, and under the database, student table is created with 4 columns. The student table will be created up with the 4 columns. All actions are implicitly performed. Hope I am clear, all of you. Understood now? Okay. So now, what exactly we want to do? I want to work with code-based migration. I want to work with code-based migration. So guys, see the process. Again, open the package manager console and use the command. What command? Enable hyphen migration. Migration. Yes, enable hyphen migrations. But no need of using automatic migration enabled true. This is only enable migrations. That's all. Only enable migrations, guys. No, see there. No minus automatic migration enabled colon $true is required. If I do like this, miss, manually or automatic, I should write that. For manual, I don't require. Okay, now? So hit the enter key. It is targeting an existing database. It is verifying now. Database created with a initializer already. Scaffolded migrations. It is picking that information from the table. See this from the table corresponding to existing database. To use an automatic, delete the migrations folder and run enable migration specifying automatic migration parameter. It is telling you if you want to use automatic, delete it and use automatic. How to delete? For deleting, you don't require to do any uninstallations or anything, guys. Delete the migrations folder enough. You want to disable the migration? Simple process. What do you do? Delete the migrations folder. That's all. So come on. Now also migrations folder is created, guys. Configuration class, watch. What's that line now? What's it telling you? Previous example. Now it is false. So it's no automatic migration. Okay, now this class name I should use in my code again. Remember, nothing more about this, but now in words, you'll find a new file. Is a file which is created based on, see this name, guys. See the last characters, 169. With this name, it created you a file there. What it contains, sir? Open and see. It will have two methods in it. What is the first method? Up method, down method. What will up method contain? Up method contains the code for creating the table. Watch it. Up method contains the code for creating the table now. Create table. And here it is writing student ID, integer. It's a nullable identity. See all the information you can see detailed here now. Name, string, class, int, nullable false, section, string, max length 1, Unicode false. Why? We said worker na. All information it is going to primary key on student ID. So this is a inbuilt method. What is inbuilt method called as create table. Where the method is present in your parent class. Which class? DB migrations class. And that method called is here. And inside the method, the logic is present for creating a table. Are you clear? Inside of the method, the logic is present for creating the table. It will take all this information and creates the table. Okay, so this is what we call as initial create. Means initial create has been done based on this information. That is the meaning of this now. Initial create has been done based on this information. Based on this information, initial create has been performed. Okay, fine. Now, the next step is same, guys. Go to context, import, migrations. Next, database dot set initializer new migrate database to latest version, and you need to pass two parameters for this. First parameter, school DB context. Second parameter, configuration. The second parameter is a configuration class. Are you clear? So till now, I done same like our previous example. Yes or not? I done everything same like our previous example. See here also, I said you enable migration. This command will create the configuration class same as we saw in case of automatic migration. But in this case, configuration class constructor will have false because we are using. And this command also creates a timestamp underscore initial create.cs timestamp. Okay. File containing a class initial create with up and down methods as following. Means understand the name here. Initial create means initial create has been done based on this data now. What we initially created a student table with all this information. Same way there is a down command. What the down command? Drop. Drop. We use it for rollbacks. We use it for rollbacks. I'll show you. That will said you. We have a lot of control on your thing right now compared with automated migration. We can do rollbacks also now. Okay, all these things are possible. So two methods: up method, down method. Dropping or deleting database object. You may also write your own custom code for additional configuration, and that is the advantage of code-based migrations over automatic migration. What custom code can I write, sir? I'll show you. Okay, just understood till now. Next. No. Yeah, we done the same only in the previous example also. We did not do anything now. Are you clear? From now, for every modification you make, from now, for every modification you make, you need to create a new migration now. You need to create a new migration with some name. You need to create a new migration with some name. For example, watch. Let me go to the model class. Let me go to the model class. Yes, now initial create will create only first time. No, it won't restore. It will create only for first time. Now come here. I want to add a new property now. I want to add a new property. What is that? A column called as fees. A column called as fees. Okay, now this update should be happened on the database now. Earlier when we ran automatically it happened. Earlier when we ran automatically it happened. But now it's a manual migration. What I should do, I need to add one new migration here. How to add the migration is, look, add hyphen migration, some name now, any name you like. I given the name as school dd hyphen version 1. Update 1 or update 2, whatever you want to give it, guys. I given the name as school db hyphen version 1. When I hit this, what happens? Look. It created you another file, guys. Just like initial create, one more file is created for you. Notice that. Open this, guys. Here also will find the up and down method. Up method for adding a column, down method for dropping a column. And what did I say? You can make additional changes. That is the advantages that is nullable. Nullable false. But I want it to be nullable here. I forgot to use question mark there now. And this will cause me error when I run. So I can modify here. Is it clear or not? Nullable true. It is a nullable true. I want it to be nullable now. This type of changes can be done in case of your code-based migrations. Suppose you forgot to specify varchar there. By default, you can varchar. You can change here. You can change here and execute, and it is going to take it as varchar. So now nullable is true. It is a nullable. Okay. So we created one migration file now. How did we create? Add a migration. What should I do next, sir? The next thing, like this, you can create multiple here. Again, you made a change, one more version. Again, you made a change, one more version. Like this, you can make multiple now. Are you getting me? Now, I want this change to be affected on the database. I want this change to be affected on the database. In automatic, if you run it, will affect, but not like this. Here, everything is code based. Update hyphen database. Update hyphen database will update you, but there is an optional parameter for this, minus verbose. It will show you the commands, the SQL commands also that are executed. If you want to add a column, tell me the SQL command. Alter table name, add column name, data type. Correct now? Watch. And specify the verbose flag to view the SQL statements. What is the target database? School DB. Applying an explicit migration. This is a migration is applying here. See there. Alter table student, add is real. Yeah. Float is real. Float is real now? Real. And now a record is inserted into the migration table. Insert migration table. What is it? Migration ID, context key, model, product version. It is going to insert from here to your database and observe it. You have an entry here. Is your product version, guys. 6.4.4 is a product version. And it has inserted a new record in it. Like this. How many times you are trying to make a modification, you can create that many number of migration files now. What did they use, sir? I'll show you. Wait here. You make a modification again do it. Again do it. You can do it any number of times. Are you getting me? Listen carefully. Now come back to your student. I will add another column here, man. Public string, public string city. Get set. Can I add a new migration? Yes. For one column, one migration is not required. For a one change, one migration is required. You add 2 columns, 3 columns, no problem here. Say, suppose I'm adding 2 columns now. Public, string, country. How many columns I added? 2 columns. Get set. Now create a migration. Create a migration. How to create? Version 2. Are you clearer or not? Version 2. And hit the enter key. And guys, watch. It's still generating. Yeah. Version 2 file is generated. Check it out. Add column. City. C dot string. It has created you the 2 columns to, can you close the door? Excuse me. Close the door. Lock it, lock it. Okay. So you can just observe it. It was just adding you the 2 now. And again, same way, drop. Now what should I do? Update. What should I do? Without update, just listen. Without update, what I done is, I did not update, guys. Without updating, I went here. I added one more property. I added one more property here. Just like something like a street or address one. Get set. I can create one more migration again now. I can create one more migration, but the old one is not applied still. The old one did not apply still. Yes or not? The old one is not at all applied. Let us see if I try to create a new migration, what will happen. I'm naming a version 3 now. V3. Run. See there. Unable to generate an explicit migration because the following explicit migrations are pending. Apply the pending migration before attempting to generate a new explicit migration. Did you guys understand or not? So what is it? Every migration should be applied. If you don't apply, it will throw you a error. You created a migration, applied. So first, delete it. Okay, now open the package manager console. Update your migration. Again, I'm using minus verbose. Now 2 alter statements. You'll find 2 added columns. Run. You can observe, guys. Oh, sorry. Two alter table comments now. The 2 columns are added. Spingolina default nullable. It is string, so default it is nullable. And observe the 2 new columns are added. Are you clearer or not? Okay, the new columns are added for you here. Like this, you can create any number of updates to your particular table. Okay. See, for you to practice how to do all, I just given up step by step every of the appropriate thing. First, I said you float, add a migration. Next, update. Actually, 2 commands are here. It won't show you commands, but here if I use this, you will see the SQL commands on screen. Next, 2 properties I added, marks and address. One more migration. I created one more migration. The above action will create a new migration with this name now. Okay. And if at all you want to see, the number of migrations that are applied. How many migrations are applied till now? 3 now. There is a command called as get-migration migrations. You can go and see in the database here, but without that, if you want to see from here, it will show you all. Check it out. The sequence also is showing you. In what sequence that they are applied, it is showing you that information also. Actually, this information, where it got from? It got from database. And you understood what you need of the table now? Alright, tomorrow if you want to see what is applied, you can use this and this will go and get the information from the database and tells you these are applied. No need to go to database. See, in core base, we will never go to database here. Everything I'll do from my application only. Everything I'll see to check it out whether correctly working or not, we are checking in the database. But once you got the idea knowledge, there is no need of opening the database at all. Everything we are going to do directly from here only. Are you clear? See guys, when we start with code, when we start with the .NET code, I will teach you NT framework code. I'll teach you NT framework code. And guys, remember in NT framework code, when I explain you, we will create one sample project. We'll create a sample project in a code first approach. In a code first approach. And we will try to host this on a public server. I'll host it on a public server like in Azure. And see, the code first approach will create me all the database and tables automatically. Are you getting me or not? I don't require to create them anything. My code first approach will automatically create the database, my tables, everything is automatically created for me on the server. Okay, we'll see that practically. We are sent on the local. I will see that in a public server going forward. Okay, now? So right now, the three migrations that are applied. There's a command for it. What is that? Get migrations. See, now let us apply the third migration. I applied the third migration. Okay, now, guys, I made all my changes. After making all my changes, now I felt like I don't want these two columns right now. I want only these, but I don't want these two now. Are you clear? I can roll back. I can roll back. Miss, what do you want? I want version 1. I don't want version 2. What I want? Version 1. I don't want version 2 now. Are you clear? See, the update database command, what I said you, update hyphen database. You can use this update database by specifying a migration name now. If you don't specify anything, the last migration gets updated, but you can also tell a name now. You can also tell a name now. So I'm saying school DB hyphen V1. I want to go back to V1. I want to go back to V1. Here also say minus verbose. Now, this is the time where down commands will execute now. Earlier up commands executed. Up commands create zero. Now what will execute? Down commands will execute and will be dropping you the appropriate columns now. Oh, parameter wrong. Update database. Am I wrong command? Oh, sorry. Minus target migration is there. So the command is update database minus target migration. Means target so and so migration colon. Yeah, guys, see the command. Minus target migration colon school DB hyphen V1. Okay, minus verbose is just an optional parameter. See what is it doing? Reverting migration. Which one? V2. Because you asked me to go to V1 now. So it is reverting V2 now. So in this process, what it has done, it has altered the table and dropped you the column, dropped you any constraints, all the things which are related will be dropped off now. And not only this one, it will delete you that entry from the migration table. That entry is deleted off from the migration table. So if I go to the migration table now and watch, see the two columns are deleted and that entry of that is also deleted. Array, that is the history to tell you what is applied, what should be applied, what is not applied, anything. You can compare now. Are you getting my point or not? But comparison doesn't want to be get done from here. You can do this directly from your application only by calling get migration. You have third migration in your project. But how many are applied? Only applied. See, come to your project. How many migrations are there? 3 are there. Sir, we have rolled back now. You rolled back it on the database, not in your application. Remember that point. Now roll back in the database, not in your application. So you have 3 migration, but how many are applied? 2 only. How to find that? Either go to database and check it out, or otherwise, here I shown the command. What is it? Get migrations. See, retrieving migrations that have been applied to the target database, clearly telling you, array, these are the migrations I applied. One migration is not still applied. Okay, you want to apply it, or otherwise delete. Delete manually on your own. I don't want to apply that migration now. No worries, guys. Come here and delete off the file here. Delete off the file manually and go to your class and delete out the properties manually. This must be done by you manually. Entity framework will not do that. Entity framework will do it only on the database, but not on your application. Is it clear or not? That is called as rollback migration. You can see there. Suppose if you want to roll back the database schema to any of the previous states, then you can execute the update database command with the target migration parameter to the point which you wanted to roll back. For example, suppose there are many migrations applied to the database, SchoolDB database, but we want to roll back to -v1 migration, then execute the below command. Yeah, I shown the same thing for you. This statement will execute the down method in the migration file and drops the 2 columns from the database table, which are added in SchoolDB-v2 migration. This action will not delete the migration file under migrations folder. So if we don't want it, we need to explicitly delete the file on our own. That is not going to be done by the entity framework. Entity framework will not do that. So did you understand the advantage of code-based migration? You can update, you can roll backs, all these things will be possible now. Okay. And you understood the need of the migration history table? Migration history table. Are you clear? Actually, more features have been added in code. We have the same concept in code, but some drawbacks here are fixed there. Okay, in the core, I will tell you what are the drawbacks. But this is about code-based migrations and how to use code-based migrations in the code. Is migrations concept clear? What things we learned? What is it? Automatic. Under automatic, we have 2 options again. What is it? Automatic implicit, automatic explicit. By default, automatic implicit. We can change to automatic explicit. And this is a simple process. We need to run a command and we need to update, we need to change the constructor code in our context class. That's all. Nothing we can do. We can keep on changing, we can keep on updating. Rollbacks and all might not be visible there. But next option, code-based. For this also, we need to run a command first. What is it? Enable migrations. That's all. No need to say automatic migration enabled to. Just enable migration. Now onwards, every change you make, you need to create one migration and update the database. First, create a migration, update the migration, create, update. Are you clear? Every time, commands should be used. Create, update. Can I create 2 migrations and update at a time? That is possible in core. That is possible in core, but not possible in NP framework. That's why I shown you it practically. You cannot go for 2 migrations at a time. How many migrations can be used? Only 1 migration can be applied at a time. More than 1 migration application is not going to be possible. Everything clear now? Okay, so it's all about the code first approach. This is code first approach. Monday, we will learn model first. Tomorrow class is not for all the people here, only batch 13, batch 14. I think we skipped off a topic. What is that? Task parallel library. Okay, I have a class for morning 7:30. I'm teaching the topic. That's why I just included all you people there. Your MEC class on Monday only, 11 o'clock only. Okay, because Monday onwards I have a new session at 9 o'clock, so I'm not taking two sessions. Regular timings from Monday onwards. Is that clear? Let's stop here. We'll meet on Monday. Tomorrow class is only for 13, 14 batch. 9 o'clock. It's informed in your informed by you, na? 9 o'clock.